Not Nerd Podcast, Episode 327, 3.14.
Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hello, sir. And I have to say, pew, 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 because I'm wearing an X-Wing shirt.
Yes.
And it looks pretty good in the camera. Too bad none of you out there in Radio Land can hear, or see, my cool shirt.
Yes, the Star Wars X-Wing shirt for Pi Day. We're recording on Pi Day.
Is it Pi Day 3.14? It is.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize this. I kind of have eschewed all social media today because there's this thing called work that got in the way.
Ew.
I know, it's terrible. So happy Pi Day, everyone.
Happy Pi Day. I had some emails with some completely unrelated to pie things having sales, and then also a couple pizza places as the alter ego of PDX Fast Foodie would get in their email inbox. But I did not have any pie today, pizza or otherwise.
Well, that's just sad. And without looking, Nate, how far can you name the numbers of pi?
3.141597.
Oh, that's bigger than mine. I thought it was 697, but it probably is 967.
I don't know.
That's pretty
Chris
good.
Hardwick of nerd fame. It's 3.14159265. So yes, I round up to the 27 instead of going out to 265.
Yeah. So I think for the rest of the program, we're just going to read off the numbers of pi.
An hour of pi numbers. Yeah. So
Chris
we get
Hardwick,
to the end. Who you might, he ran Nerdist for a long time, and he was on MTV. I don't know. He's been all over the place, but he can recite pi to like 100 digits.
That's crazy.
Which is real helpful in the real world.
Well, I think you don't want a guy who can memorize the digits. You want the guy who's calculating the digits in his mind, so he can just go forever.
Oh, yes.
Because he's just doing the math. It's like, okay, then 6, and then that's the real person you want.
No. Well, yes, it is Pi Day, but we have tech to talk about, so we will move on to that. Yes. A little bit of follow-up. I will remind people that we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet, and there's still a lot of tech angles on Russia and Ukraine, but we talked a lot about that 2 weeks ago, so we won't get into that. Basically, it really sucks to be in the Ukraine right now, and it really sucks to be somebody in Russia if you use anything on the internet or buy anything. Is that a good summary?
That's a pretty good summary. It just kind of sucks to be involved in any of that. Yeah.
Yes. So we will move on quickly from that. We did have our special event last week special episode to cover Apple's event. But today, on Pi Day, Apple has released its new iOS 15.4 and all the new operating systems. So get all your stuff updated. This brings the new face mask abilities to your iPhone for Face ID. Even if you don't have an Apple Watch, you can still unlock your phone while wearing a mask, which is quite timely, as almost all places on the planet, I believe, have removed face mask mandates for now. Still plenty of people wearing masks.
And the funny thing is, when 15.3 came out, I redid my face thing.
Oh, yeah.
One with my mask, and it's just like, what even are you doing? And it's like, is that not in this one? Oh, it's 15.4.
15.4. So yes, I did update today, and when it first booted up again, it recalculated my face, but it did not ask for me to wear a mask. But I'm guessing it's just taking a lot more data points from the upper half of your face.
Yeah, I think they're like, ooh, that guy's eyebrows. We gotta make sure we film that.
Yes, get those in detail. And then the new iPad OS does the universal control that they showed off last year, where you could have your iPad open and your Mac next to it and basically just drag your mouse off the side. I did not get my Mac and my iPad updated in time to be able to play around with that today. But
maybe I should update my computer right now. What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, we'll keep recording and see how long that takes. We'll both do it, and that would not work. So, but update your Apple devices, all of them, I believe.
Excellent. Oh. It's time to take my pills. Okay, please continue.
Some other Apple news, Apple TV Plus, their premium TV service is rolling out on Comcast devices. So as we've talked about many times, Apple TV Plus is available most places. And now with this rolling out on Comcast, like your X1 box or whatever it is, it will show up as one of your apps in there. And if you have not been an Apple TV Plus subscriber, you can do a 3-month trial through Comcast for it. But you and I both have it through our Apple One, Apple Cloud One. What's it called?
Apple One subscription, I think.
Yes, where it comes with our iCloud storage and all of that and share it with the family. But it just goes to kind of show that the TV Plus, they're really trying to get it out to everyone. Like we talked about with the event last week, that they have a lot of new stuff they're doing on there. I haven't watched a ton of it, but someday when my daughter moves out of the house and I can start watching television again.
That'll be 25 years from now.
Yes, I'll get caught up on all their content. Not to be outdone, Amazon, their Luna gaming service, has launched the title of The Verge. Amazon Luna launches for anyone in the U.S., adds free games for Prime members, and Twitch integration.
Now, I have to ask you this, because I didn't read this article. Can Prime members play games for free, or do you have to subscribe to Luna and then get some free games to play? You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
From my understanding, Luna is available to everyone.
Okay.
If you're a Prime member, you get a selection of games, and then you can also add on for other channels of games. That you will be able to enjoy, as the article. So they also launching on Luna is a retro channel, which will include classic games like Street Fighter II, Hyper Fighting, Metal Slug 3, and Castlevania Anniversary Collection.
Yeah.
And previous pick of the week, the Jackbox Games channel. You've talked, I believe, a couple times about Jackbox Games and all that's incorporated there. So, which includes all 8 Jackbox Party Pack titles.
That's something, because there's a lot of good ones in there. There's some turds too, but
yes.
Yeah. So at an internet coming soon, hopefully I can get my Dave Plays Games thing launched, and look for that on the Not Nerd YouTube channel. I'm going to be. Here's the idea. I'm going to be playing some games, and then you're going to see me in a little corner, and I'm going to be talking, and that's it. It's going to be so boring. I make no promises that the content's going to be good. I make no promises that I will be good at the games. Nothing. It's just if you want to see me play games. So I expect like my mom to check in once a month or so, because I never call her, so she can see me just talking randomly at the screen.
Yes, so that will count as your quota for mom conversations. Yeah, my daughter watches. She's a big fan of Presley on YouTube.
Elvis?
In the Pretzel Army. No, it's a young Australian bloke that is your typical game streamer, but he does some of the Roblox games that she plays and stuff. But everybody thinks, I could just be a game streamer. The amount that you have to talk constantly when you're game streaming and have a personality and be enthusiastic. I was talking to a friend of the show, Mike Peterson, who I got to see IRL in real life this weekend. And he was, talking about streaming. He's like, I want to play games. I don't want to talk while I'm doing it. I'm not good enough. And you were kind of talking about that while you were playing a video game remotely with friend of the show, Elliot, in Australia.
Yes.
That you didn't get to chat much because you guys were just trying to be good at the game.
Yeah. I mean, Elliot takes a little more serious than me, and so he's in there trying to kill the Nazis or whatever. And I'm like, oh, look, the graphics are pretty good on this. Or what? I fell off the edge of the map. How did that happen? I didn't know that was a thing because it's all brand new to me, this particular game. So I was just kind of like the wide-eyed wonder boy walking around, looking in the sky, getting shot all the time. So
nice.
This, I think what this will be just is kind of an expose of different games that I'm playing, and I feel like I can have some conversation, and I would love for somebody like Elliot or you or Jared or Mike to join me, to watch me play while I talk. And, I don't know if the technology exists to have two people play and talk and stream. I don't know if that's even possible. But if it is, we could probably do something.
According to YouTube Kids, it is possible because I have seen it. But back to Amazon Luna, which I do want to check out. Both the Retro channel and Jackbox Games channel will cost $4.99 per month.
You subscribe to them. I see.
Yes. Currently, Amazon offers the primary Luna Plus channel, $5.99 per month. The Ubisoft Plus channel for $17.99 per month, and the family channel for $2.99 a month, along with the new additions that we just talked about. So complicated as ever, but another one of these cloud gaming services that's actually being rolled out, and Amazon's kind of a thing. So I'm guessing this will be a thing too. Well, and I do see from the article picture, both iPhone and laptop people playing this. So,
and I did play around with this before. It's a streaming gaming service, so you connect to the internet and stream it over your devices, and it was fine. But I got to tell you, friends and neighbors, just go buy an Xbox One S or a Xbox One X or an Xbox Series S or an Xbox Series X, one of those four machines, or a PC, and sign up for Game Pass from Microsoft. It's $15 a month or more. Or actually, it's $10 a month or more, and you can play over 100 games for the included price. Nice. So that's what I would do. But, I mean, to each their own.
To each their own. And speaking of to each their own, former President Trump's Truth Social service that we discussed.
I kept trying to refresh. What's going on there?
Yes. So it's not doing so great. So I had tried to sign up the initial day. It didn't work. And then I went back and tried to sign up again. And it told me that I was like 400,000 in line or something. So I'm going to look. 594,956 people ahead of me, and that number has not moved in several weeks now.
Me either. Yeah, I don't know what my number is, but I keep refreshing the little thing, and it never.
Yes. So there's very few people on there. They don't seem to be adding new people. And one of the other things that's been noted of people that can actually see the service, there is one person that has not posted on there yet, and that would be Donald J. Trump, who has not posted on the service that he has been touting for a long time that finally launched. So yeah, I have no idea beyond that what's going on, but not going so great for the old Truth Social if they're looking to take over Facebook and Twitter there.
Yeah, I want to see some of the content that's on there. I'm really curious to see what's being discussed.
Yes. That is a good question. But what we always love to discuss is Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
We who use iOS devices, our iPhones and our iPads, love to use built-in Messages, the application that we text back and forth, and we use the iCloud service, and it gets really complicated as to when it does what. That's not important. What we love, or what I love, I shouldn't talk for everyone, is when Nate, you or anyone texts me a fun little quip, and I can double tap it, and I can hit the heart, the thumbs up, the thumbs down. I wish there were more.
Yes.
I'd love to fly the bird at you sometimes.
Yes.
But anyway, there's like 6 different little icons or emojis. What are they called? I guess it would be emojis that you can append to a little message. And I'm going to guess for you, it's the same as me. The one I use most often is the thumbs up. Is that the one? Like, hey, I'm going to be late for dinner. Thumbs up. Or hey.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. So
you can quickly acknowledge something without having to reply. And it works well if you've got a bunch of messages from somebody and you just want to, like my wife will want to talk to me about a bunch of stuff. So I go back and it's like thumbs up, thumbs down, exclamation point, heart. And then I'm done talking to my wife for a while.
Yeah, you can focus back on the YouTube that you're watching. So wouldn't it be great? I mean, you and I we have laptop computers and we're at our desks a lot. And it's just like, I got to reply to this message. I sure wish I could do a tap back on my computer. Most of the time I'll grab my phone and be like a tap back and then I go back to my computer. Well, one of our favorite listeners of the show, intrepid listener Nate, was listening to the Mac Geek Gab podcast, and yes, saying it is about the same as listening to it. You have to be it's committed. Oh, you have to be committed. So
the best thing, quick sidestep, if you do decide to check out the Mac Geek Gab, they have chapters on there, so you can just because they talk about a lot of topics that nobody cares. They get deep into networking and finding weird solutions. So as I told you, Dave, I often batch listen to a bunch of them and get through a hour and a half episode in about 10 minutes because I'm like, don't care, which is why we don't do chapters for our podcast because we don't want you skipping anything.
We bury all the gold inside and you have to mine it out by listening to each and every minute. Well, back to our topic at hand. The truth is you can do tap back on your computer if you have a Mac and you're using messages. And it's very simple. What you do is you're in the text message, you click on the item that you want to tap back, one of the message parts, and then on your keyboard, you hit Command T for tap back, and then you choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I think you can choose it with your mouse. And I'm actually in real time going to try this, Nate, with a message that you sent me. It says, if you didn't notice, notes are up. 6:30ish work for you? I mean, that's some pretty good messaging
that there. Needs a tap back.
So I'm going to hit Command T. Boom. It says reply. And I'm going to actually use my mouse and I'm going to click on haha. And it put it on the wrong one. Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
No, the problem is I didn't highlight it. So you have to highlight it and then do it. Now you can also right click on the message, or if you're using a trackpad, a 2-finger click. But that's way too much energy. So it's the click on the message, then you Command T, and then you do 1 through 6. If you get the keyboard shortcuts down, it's so much faster than trying to do all that stuff. So first off, it's there. It's possible. If you never right-click on a message, you would never know this. And 2, not only can you do it from your keyboard, you can use 1 through 6 as a shortcut to pick the icons without having to use your mouse or anything crazy like that. So that is the tip. Command T, 1 through 6. Give it a try. It will change your life.
Yes. And I did see that Google Messages is rolling out the tapback support that we talked about a while back to all Google Messages users. So you'll actually be able to see the tapback instead of getting an awkward message that says, Nate liked this message, and then says the message. So...
And then when it's a really long message, it's always fun when 10 people in the thread like it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Android users, there's one of you out there somewhere. We still have not heard from a single not nerdian Android user. So if that is you, please let us know.
And if you do use Android, we love you. Don't think that we don't. We still love you.
No, you just haven't switched over to the good side yet. There's benefits to both.
I thought we were the most nonpartisan podcast, Nate.
Yes. Tech nonpartisan as well. Let us move on to our takes. This first one I saw, and it's a really long, in-depth article that somebody put together. But basically, the only thing that I took out of it, because I did not read all of it, it is from thereader.mitpress.mit.edu, anthropologist Stephen Gonzalez Monserrate draws on 5 years of research and ethnographic fieldwork in server farms to illustrate some of the diverse environmental impacts of data storage.
Hold
Riveting.
On a minute, Nate.
I know.
My eyes glossed over on that, and I'm a tech nerd.
Yes.
What the heck's going on?
Well, the reason I clicked on this link, and I read very little of it, is there is a call out within the article, and this is what was referenced when linking to. The cloud now has a greater carbon footprint than the airline industry.
Oh, that's interesting.
A single data center can consume the equivalent electricity of 50,000 homes.
Wow.
So there is a lot of information here talking about, it says at 200 terawatt with a T hours annually, data centers collectively devour more energy than some nation states. So, famously, we kind of can't explain the cloud, but these huge server centers, and he goes into looking at where server centers are located. There's a lot of cooling involved and just a lot of electricity and running all the servers and all the computers and all the infrastructure that are required.
Yeah.
So
this is
we
a
think
challenge
a lot
for
of
engineers, because one of the great places to have one of these centers is down in the North American Southwest, where it's sunny and you can do solar and get cheap electricity, but then you have to cool the thing, and it's already 110 degrees outside. So how do you cool these things? And so you think, well, let's put them at the North Pole or something. Well, how are you going to generate electricity? There's geothermal, but last time I checked, that involves dealing with magma. As a
liquid hot magma.
So, that's a challenge to deal with that type of stuff. So there's no ideal place. Maybe let's put a solar array in space and beam the electricity down. I know it's possible, but I don't know what
I'm sure Elon Musk is already on it. But so he goes, like I said, in depth, talking about the different considerations when doing this sort of thing.
I found the solution. This is how quick my brain works. Just having the small discussion. What you do is go down to Arizona, you dig a big hole, you build a subterranean data center, and you put the solar panels on the ground above. So it's cool in the ground. Man, sheesh. Sign me up.
Solve problems. You should comment on this article if that's possible with the solution. But just a interesting perspective, because we don't really think of the cloud that way. And, we think, we need to get rid of airplanes because they use fuel. Well, there's a lot of things that consume electricity in our world.
Solar airplanes.
The cloud. Yeah, geez. We're solving all the world's problems here. Back to Amazon. They are shutting 68 of their retail stores. Now, these are Amazon Books, 4-Star, and pop-up shops. Now, I believe they have one of these at Washington Square, one of our local malls here. And I'm not sure. I did not see a list of which ones are going away. They're closing some of these shops. But the second part of this story is the Washington, D.C. Whole Foods equipped with cashier-less technology. So if you'll remember, Amazon has purchased Whole Foods.
Right.
And so they're starting to convert a lot of their Whole Foods into more of a holistic store experience where it's not just foods, it's also some Amazon stuff you might need. Like I know one of the local ones, they have a big Amazon return center, but their Whole Foods has a lot of stores, so I don't think they need both those and these store in, like, the rent on a space in a mall is not, depends on the mall. Some of them are pretty cheap these days as malls fade away because of Amazon.
Right. And you also have to keep in mind that a lot of people still aren't coming to stores, or the employees are hard to come by. So
Yes. Yeah, so they're continuing to streamline, and I think they're going to roll out more of these kind of reimagined Whole Foods with cashier-less technology, which you don't need a whole lot of staff if you don't have cashiers, and automating more stuff and doing all of that in those locations. So if you have a favorite Amazon store at your local mall, you might not have it for long.
That's a bummer for some people who like to shop there. But, I buy my books on Kindle. I don't need to go into a store to buy a book.
Yeah.
And I buy my products on Amazon, and I'm contributing to the problem. So you're welcome,
yes,
America.
You're welcome. Well, I think we talked about this several years ago. We have so many different ways to do pass money between people these days. You've got Cash App, you've got PayPal, Square, which is now Block. You've got Venmo. And there was one that we talked about called Zelle.
Right.
Which I was always a little hesitant on because it was strongly promoted by the major banks.
Yeah, and anytime you deal with major banks, they'll always say, you need to go to Zelle. And that's how I feel sometimes when I deal with major banks.
Go to Zelle. But this article from Forbes is the headline, "Fraud is flourishing on Zelle, but banks say it's not their problem."
Of course. Has there ever been a problem with banks when something goes wrong?
So Zelle was put together by the banks, but then they don't want to take responsibility when things go bad,
right?
Which is a bummer. But on a lighter note,
let's get some good news here for once.
Yeah, you found this article. All of the major browsers, Safari, Edge, Chrome, Firefox.
I don't see Brave in there.
Yes, which they might be incorporated in this since they're on Chromium, but they are teaming up to improve browser interoperability, which it's kind of a surprise to see Safari on this list because Apple, if you've been around long enough, you know that they kind of like to do their own thing. But as somebody that makes websites, I'm excited about this, where they're going to focus on 15 areas of how websites work to make them work better between the different browsers, which we've probably all run into. You open a website and it just doesn't work right because it was designed to work with a different browser. I'm excited for this, getting the web to work better and better across browsers will make my job easier, but it should make everybody's life better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, where it doesn't matter which flavor or what, there are some key dependencies that all of these things can be uniform. So like you said, people who develop websites and for anybody who visits them, it's going to be a more consistent experience.
Yes. And they do say the end goal is to make web applications look and function similarly on different web browsers, which, when you're taking it kind of your basic website, but to that next level of web applications, which are becoming more and more common, that is a good thing. Indeed. Well, Epic Games, which you might recognize from all of our Fortnite stories that we did when that was a big thing that everybody was talking about, they are acquiring Bandcamp.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, because Bandcamp is kind of the last bastion for independent musical artists who can go there and put their music, and then it gets percolated to the various streaming services. And they just, people who are up and coming can just deal with the one company. They give their information to them and they, cash a check every month or whatever. Now that a big company is getting involved in one that's not really even in the space, it gives me cause for concern.
Yes, yeah, and it does sound, the link I have in the show notes is actually from blog.bandcamp.com. They're continuing to lead the team. Bandcamp will keep operating as a standalone marketplace and music community. So Epic is, they're trying to make a big splash. So I think, and music's a thing. So I'm hoping that it looks like I saw 1 billion in the article, but that doesn't look like the purchase price. I do not see that listed here. It says, we'll continue to build Bandcamp around our artists first revenue model, which artists appreciate. If you remember any stories we've talked about Spotify or any of the other big streaming services, they aren't necessarily excited about those. So Epic Games, they're going to have to drop the games out of their name at some point, because it seems like they're really trying to build a big platform for, kind of an alternative to the other big platforms that we have.
Yeah, maybe they're going to try to be an Apple or a Samsung or a Sony or something, where they go into the hardware and they have all these services. Like, I mean, Sony produces games, television, and stereos and sound equipment, and I mean everything, video cameras. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's They keep getting bigger and diversifying. Yeah. Well, let us move on to our bonus odd take. We've had our Wordle clones, and I've got one more for now for you. This one is Hurdle. And what you get when you load the page, you have 6 tries, and it will play a portion of a song for you, and then you can place a guess. And if you don't get it on the first try, you get a little bit more of the song, and you keep getting a little bit more of the song to make it more obvious. Now, I tried it yesterday. I did not succeed. I knew the song. I could not remember the name or artist. I was not trying too hard. But when you search, there is a limited scope of songs.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not all 10 billion songs that have ever been created. But so it does kind of help you through that.
And are these commercial songs, or is this like Happy Birthday?
Oh, I'm playing today's, and it just played the first 2 notes. And I know the song.
Wait, is this the same for everybody? If so, let me try.
Yeah, let's see.
Well,
it's not Cardi B, it's the other one. And as a DJ, I feel like I have an advantage. So I'm going to skip to the next section.
This is
it is Cardi B.
I bust the windows out your car.
I'm going to see if I can get it. Anyways, this is riveting podcasting here. But Hurdle, if you're into music,
better spell that.
HEAR. Here, DLE.
So all you track fans out there, HURD, I'm going to jump hurdles. No.
Yes, no, not for track fans, but so yeah, it's a fun one, and I'm going to see. I can't remember I got it wrong.
What was it? Reveal to the world what it was.
Okay, so I failed today. I was aware of the song, but I did not get. It was Lizzo with Truth Hurts. Gotcha. And yesterday it was something from like 90s, early 2000s. So there is some range there. It's not just all like brand new top 40 stuff. So yeah, hurdle.app.
They got some Michael W. Smith in there?
Oh, they might. They might. Let me. I don't know if they do. I can't search anymore into their list.
I see.
Yes, it's a good one. It reminds me of like the Song Pop on Apple Arcade.
Yeah, and there's a similar game. If you have an Amazon Alexa or Echo device, you can say play the music trivia game or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but you can install this thing. I think we've talked about it before, and you can have up to like 4 players, and they play a bit of the song, and you have to, with your voice, tell her what it is. Whether you get it right or wrong, and you get extra points if you get both the artist and the name of the song.
Nice. Well, you know what else you get extra points for? Our picks of the week.
Really? I would love to see some of these internet points come my way.
Well, back when we were Amazon affiliates, we got a couple extra points, but
that's true.
One of these days, I am committed to figuring out a way to get that back going for us. So you just keep holding on.
Speaking of Amazon, this is exactly where I bought this product. I think I looked at 9 to 5 Mac, their website, and I subscribed to their feed on Twitter, and they always are like deals of the day and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yes.
And so I saw that they had a Spigen. Nobody knows how it's pronounced. ArcHybrid for magnetic battery pack, 500 milliamp hours, magnetic charging power bank, fast wireless charging portable charger for iPhone 12 and 12 or 13 other devices, I think they list here.
Yes.
So what this is a humble battery pack. It is a black rectangle. There is nothing sexy or interesting about this. However, if you have a MagSafe device, it simply magnetically links to the back. And we've talked about these when Apple's version came out, and there were a couple other ones. And
I had one, I think, that I made a pick a week, but seeing yours, that is attractive.
Yes, and it's a little thick, which, it's okay, but it's the surface area is not very big. But what I like about it, and I just got this, I haven't had it very long, but it comes with a USB Type-C cord. And there's only one port. There's the magnetic charging surface area, and there's one port. And you can plug this into the wall to charge the item, or you can use the exact same USB-C port to charge a device. So I use the cable in the wall to charge it, and then I can use that same cable, plug it into my iPad, and it's charging my iPad because my iPad doesn't have the magnetic thing. So anyway, it's cool. I just got it, haven't had it very long, but I intend to take this with me when I'm out and about in my coat pocket or my pants pocket, whatever. And then when I don't want it, I just slide it off, use my phone, take pictures or whatever. And when I stick it back in my pocket, it'll magnetically slip back on there. And I see that you have one that's very similar.
The one that I made my pick of the week that is much huger and much less attractive.
Well, it probably has more storage space than mine too.
Yeah, in theory. And mine does have USB-C charging and then USB-A out to charge a device, but it is
that extra connector
MagSafe.
Makes the size bigger.
Yes.
So, but it's very petite. It's like I said, it's a little thick, but I mean, it's like 2 iPhones thick. It's not like crazy, but when it's on the back of your phone, you know it. But it stays there. I mean, you can take a picture, you can set it on the table, it doesn't fall off, but you can just easily slide it. Gone are the days of me having my battery pack in my cargo shorts and then a cable running up to my coat pocket, and then me walking around like an idiot with a cable hanging out of my coat pocket going into my pants. So now it's just all going to fit in my pocket and no one will be the wiser. They'll be like, how are you using your phone so long? It's magical. And I'd be like, well,
magical.
Lady never tells. So.
Yes. I like that. What was our price on that?
Oh, so I listed a price here, and I'm not going to have you guess because it's all over the place.
Yeah.
I paid, and the reason I bought it is because it was on sale for $45.93, which is a great price. The original price when I bought this pre-discount was $67.93, which is a little too spicy for me there. But right now, the price on the exact same product is $54.99, and I think $54.99 is the regular retail price. And that's a good price. I would never pay $67 for this thing. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I'm trying to look for mine to see if I can find out what I paid for mine, but it's not coming up in my Amazon orders.
I know. Sometimes they take those products away and you can never find them again. But if you, around $50, I think these MagSafe from a reputable company is a very good price. So mine was a little bit under that. The retail's a little over that. But I wouldn't go over $50, $55 for one of these. Wait for the price to go down. And if you want Apple's version, which basically is the same thing without the USB-C port, then there you go. You can buy theirs for $100, I think.
Yes, I did not find mine. It is no longer or not currently available on Amazon, but I did pay $28.79 for mine.
Dang, your deal is much better. I remember when these first came out, it might have been you, me, and Jared were kind of discussing these and, should we get these, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, I'm going to hold off for a deal. But so I probably should have looked, but I don't think I could have got a name brand like Spigen for under $45. I mean, they may have a sale one of these days for $25 or $30 as the technology, but it's like the GAN type charger. It's like it's nice.
It is nice. Nicer than mine. Well, I'm going to take my MagSafe battery pack off my phone so that I can show my pick of the week, which we did not plan this whatsoever. This is real-time coinky-dink that mine is also a MagSafe product.
Okay.
That I got for Christmas. And we have talked about PopSockets for a long time.
Yeah, we have.
And we actually brought this product up when it was announced on the podcast, but that was way back on episode 254.
Dang.
Yes, which was October 21st, 2020. We talked about this, and it is a MagSafe PopSocket.
And that's it. It just sticks on there with MagSafe.
Yep. And so I have wanted a PopSocket for a long time, but I don't want a PopSocket on my phone all the time, which the other ones are more permanent. Well, this one, I can carry it around with me, much like I could have my MagSafe charger. I could have my MagSafe PopSocket. So I just put it on there, and now I'm PopSocketing.
You know what? That's pretty dang cool. But I just thought of this. I could put a PopSocket on the back of my little
there you on this. You could double up.
I'd be super thick then with my PopSocket.
Yeah, that would not fit in my shirt pocket. It almost kind of works on my battery pack there if I put a little. But yeah, so
hilarious.
The newer phones, the MagSafe. We've talked for a long time. I was really hot on MagSafe, thinking there could be a lot of accessories, and here we are, episode 327. We've got two different MagSafe accessories, but yeah, it's come in really handy. It is nice having the PopSocket. It takes a little. It relieves pressure on my pinky from holding the bottom of my phone all the time.
I might actually
to keep it up.
Have to get one of those when I'm at work, walking around doing stuff on my phone.
Yeah, it's nice. You can kind of use it as a little stand. So MagSafe, it's getting to be a thing.
Yeah, that's a great slogan. MagSafe, it's a thing.
It's a thing. It is a thing that Apple talked about a lot, and now it's actually, there's some stuff that you can do with it. So this does come in at $30. It was a Christmas gift. It was wasn't something that I just went out and bought. I thought, you know what, this would be a cool thing to get as a gift. So I had it on my wish list. So they're not cheap. You can get knockoff cheap PopSockets, but then you're stuck with them all the time. So yeah. PopSockets, official PopGrip for MagSafe.
Yeah, there's all kinds of products, and I need to stop looking on Amazon because I'm adding things to my cart. If I accidentally hit buy one of these days, I'd probably have to take out a home loan to pay for everything.
Yes. So it does look, I am looking under the sponsored related products. There are some different options for this kind of thing with MagSafe. But yeah, the PopSocket, it's really nice, and it does the fold down thing, and but it is nice to have a different way to hold your phone.
Yeah, and you can prop it up and watch movies. Oh, it's so great.
Yes, it is a great product. Well, with that, we should probably wrap up this episode. We have talked at you plenty about what's going on in the world of technology, how we're using technology better, all that good stuff. So make sure you tell a friend, share it on social medias. If you're on Truth Social, do a Not Nerd post on there, please.
Yeah, let us know, because we won't be able to tell.
Yeah, get Trump's attention. Hopefully he's checking it, even though he's not posting it. But we want everybody to be able to get out there and tech better.
Oh, look at you and your wine.
I know. I was thinking about having you bring this up on the podcast. I am drinking a very nice 2019 Cabernet Sauvignon from Archer Vineyard.
Well, you should have said that on there.
Yes, a Cab Sauv done in a Pinot style. That there was a open bottle and we're closed for the next 2 days. So I figured, you know what? I better take that home and have it with my ribeye. High society as we are.
I got to tell you something. Corks exist.
Yes, but they still lose. They're not perfect.
That's a great excuse.
Yes.
I'll be sure to tell that to all my wine-loving friends.